Today is a Sunday. In a few hours, the market will open. It is November 3rd, Sunday, 7:53 a.m. And I was I was I was fascinated. Once I became a Catholic, I was fascinated. I was fascinated about the Catholic faith. And so I delved into it headlong with abandon. And then and then I discovered through YouTube this this uh this bishop. His name is Bishop Barron, and apparently he's world renowned, and he was invited to the White House. But intriguingly, what he loves to do is play golf, apparently, and he mentioned this many times. So, but he made this one comment which stuck with me, and now it's like reminding me of how it delivers itself onto what day trading is. So apparently he's been golfing for quite a while, but realized that he wasn't getting anywhere. Okay, he wasn't getting anywhere golfing, and then he somehow managed to acquaint himself with a uh, tutor coach. So this coach told this bishop, a Catholic bishop, to swing in a certain way, which hurt initially. He said it hurt because he had to change the way that he was swinging. So the shank that he was seeing uh, was always was prone to shanking the golf ball. And so the coach says, okay, you want to make the slight small adjustment. And then he realized that when he was making that swing, the shank had disappeared. And so that is a minor, a very actually it's actually a major but a very minor change to the way that he was making the swing based on the feedback from the coach. And he started to swing that way. And then he found out that the shank had disappeared. It is something that he would have never figured out had a coach, had he not had a coach to tell him that you have to make a slight but small change to your swing. Once that slight and small change occurs, then the shank would disappear and the right swing will occur to 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 perform the swing in the right way. Now I recollect what he's talking about. Now I'm thinking to myself, to extrapolate what he did in golfing to what I'm going to be doing in my trading. So now that essentially, apparently in day trading, acquiring a coach is very expensive, and I'm sure it's the same thing with golfing as well. And for somebody who's like me, who's a novice, a semi-pro, who's has this shanking issue. Okay, we're not talking about a shanking in prison kind of thing, but shanking in golfing, right? And shanking in day trading. And so I need to identify what that shanking is in day trading, and then make that major but minor change into my day trading routine. So essentially, when I drive the golf ball, it's essentially saying, okay, I'm opening a trade in my I'm opening a trade and I'm making that trade. And trade management is taking that ball from where it lands into the golf hole where it is, where subsequently it's going to be a one putt or two putt, or it's going to be whether I'm going to be using a 3 iron or 4 iron or whatever it is to get to the green and then putting the ball in by putting in the right manner to be at par or below. That's the name of the game. So I'm looking through it and trying to figure out what am I at that stage where I've practiced enough. I'm sure this Bishop Barron probably swung the club thousands and thousands of times. Maybe not, because he was probably studying too much, right? But he may have swung the golf clubs numerous times, and I have traded thousands of times, making the same swing over and over and over. But the outcome has been mixed to consistent losses. So part, what part of it, what part of that day trading swing will remove that shanking that it's a day trading shanking. It's called shank. Okay, it's day trading shank. How do I remove that shank that's in my trading? So now I need to. How do I identify that as well? How do I identify? So if I look at my trades, uh, the trades that I'm making right is essentially when I am in sync with the market. So that identification of, so it seems to me that the identification of the market conditions seems to be that the adjustment that I need. Okay? The adjustment that I need is the identification of the direction of the market. Okay? Because it seems like that seems to cause a major issue, even though it is a minor part of the overall scheme of all the things that are there, but it is a major, major change that I can do in my trading. So, because I can recollect out of the thousands of trades that I made, with the significant size is that when I'm in sync with the market, I make money. But if I'm not in sync with the market, what I tend to do is I would enter the trade because the fundamental thing is that my directional radar is off. The directional radar is off, and I keep making the trades over and over until on the first or the second I tilt. Even though I'm still talking about it, I still tilt. Even though I know about it, I tilt. It's a emotional trigger. It happens. It just exists. It it is a it is part of the human nature. It is my nature. Other people are less prone to this human condition that I have, but this human condition I'm prone to, which essentially is unraveling the day trading thing that I'm doing. And so, what is that adjustment that I need to make? Slight adjustment, but it is a major change in my day trading, which is essentially identifying. That's the part of the game that I need to focus on a little more. Identification of, because what I've seen last week is this. There are two things that I need to there's two things that I need to there are two things that I need to do. The first part is when I identified it, I was obviously wrong, but I kept trading it over and over and over again, allowing my subconscious to percolate up to create this emotional trigger, this 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 psychological tilt that occurs. And when I after the sequence of events has subsided, when I look back on it, I realized I was on a train of comatose behavior en route to Comatose Valley, right? And so what I need to do is, as soon as I identify it, it's confirmed along with my thoughts, as now my thinking and analysis of the market has improved, obviously. Even if it's just maybe an inch, it has improved. And so identification can allow myself to essentially go big and I will be able to see an immediate result. I will be able to immediately reap the rewards of that minor change that makes a major impact in the results of my trading. So it all comes down to making that subtle, small but very painful change that will alter the course of essentially redirecting that thousands and thousands of trades that I made on a consistent basis to change that consistency into a new dimension. It's a new universe of trading. And so hopefully I will make that small but subtle change in my trading so that if I can just pinpoint it, if a coach was looking at me, if a day trading coach could look at what I'm doing, and the coach will say to me and says, "Look, you have to make this small change." But that small change, based on the overall analysis of your trading uh, acumen, okay, that small change will alter the course of your future in day trading. Initially, it's going to be painful, but it's a minor change, but it's going to be painful. But once that has been embedded into consistency in your trading after thousands and thousands of times, then the results will come into fruition.